What's up, guys? Welcome back to a Canadian news dump.
Too much poutine.
Well, that's one way to say it.
That's the original programming that's coming out of online streaming companies is getting better and better every single day. And why shouldn't it? They have every inch of data about their users' viewing habits and can use those to create shows based around what they know people will watch. And then it's just up to the production to actually nail it.
Yeah.
There are certainly some misses, but Netflix has a pretty damn good track record so far with their original programming, and earlier this week, we got to see what they have coming up next, and when it will be available.
Now, of course, you already know that Stranger Things Season 2 was definitely going to happen.
Duh.
Bottle up that lightning.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Do they know about Sherlock up here? They call him something different.
Dudley Do-Right.
Anyways, it was one of the biggest breakout shows that they've ever created, right up alongside stuff like House of Cards, and it's probably arguably bigger than Orange is the New Black now. I don't know if it's bigger in terms of overall, but the hype is way higher.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Stranger Things doesn't use boobs to get people to watch. They use
jail boobs. But this past weekend at the Super Bowl, we got a teaser trailer sooner than I think anyone anticipated, and the announcement that Season 2 will be dropping on the platform around Halloween of this year.
Ooh.
So there you go.
So there's a long list of things to get to, but obviously we should address the elephant in the room and talk about the fact that a show called Dear White People has certainly been the topic of what we can only assume is great level-headed discussion online ever since its teaser trailer hit YouTube.
Discourse is in its best form when in message boards and on Twitter.
We've truly evolved. Yeah, we're fucking joking because as quickly as the trailer went up, there were tweets claiming that Netflix had produced a show that was anti-white and promoted white genocide.
Yes, there certainly were tweets like that from former BuzzFeed contributors. And
This
now
is how
alt-right
genocide starts, with a Netflix comedy series.
Yeah, so that's the problem. The problem is that it's getting a lot of actual justified fallout from that MTV sketch that was posted a few weeks back, and people are drawing connections that don't really exist at all.
No.
This show is based off of a movie that came out 2 years ago, won some awards, did very well, and it has the same name. It's a satire of race relations in an Ivy League school that doesn't exist. It's a comedy that is supposed to push the exact buttons that it's already pushed in the past and is pushing again, and it pokes fun at the type of response that stuff like this gets, which in this trailer's case came true. Shocking. They know how to trigger the people that they want to trigger. And fragile white males who can't stand being mocked, aka the alt-right, they see this as a direct attack on them, and they are prepared to go to war the only way that they know how. By unsubscribing. So brave.
Oh my god, he did it.
Can we get an American flag at opacity 50 right now waving over us?
That absolute madman.
He did it.
He did it.
He unsubscribed. But in actuality, all of that is just providing the show with a staggering amount of free marketing, simply because those people just don't understand satire, or they just don't see the irony in the fact that they are usually the ones complaining about people being too offended all the time.
Yeah.
You can't even make a joke without people getting offended.
I thought I was the snowflake.
I don't know who
But
the
you're over
snowflake-
there melting like an ice cube. They're an ice cube.
on a hot summer's
Yeah,
day.
hot ice cube.
Yeah. Yes.
So is the show going to be good? Well, we have no idea, obviously. It might suck, but you can always just not watch it. There's lots of content there. We can personally guarantee you that a TV show, it's not going to hurt you. Can't harm you. You're going to be fine. It's like telling a kid that the scary monsters from a horror movie, they're not real. Just go to sleep,
Yeah,
you
there's
little shit.
There's no one hiding under your bed.
But enough about that, because I'm sure we're going to get made fun of in the comments once again by simply, not getting upset about what a small but vocal group of people see as a personal attack on them and their race from a media company.
Yeah.
Let's get to the less controversial shows. On February 17th, they're releasing a new season of Chef's Table because they know just how much you enjoy mindlessly watching shows based around food that you'll probably never be able to afford.
In exotic locales.
I just like how it looks.
It's very pretty on the screen. And with that Netflix Ultra HD on the 4K TVs,
Yeah.
just pause it. Anyways, then on March 10th, there's a new stop-motion animated series called Buddy Thunderstruck. It's about a dog who races semi-trucks.
Okay.
Fun for the kids.
All right.
Yeah, and then Iron Fist, which is Marvel's next Netflix show, and was the one that people claimed was whitewashing a role that should have gone to an Asian man, despite the character being white in the comics. That launches on March 17th, and they also recently released a full trailer for the show, which you can check out by clicking the link in the description below. We'll have all the links to these new shows if they have trailers right down there, including Dear White People, which is just a teaser.
Trigger warning, though.
Yeah, trigger warning. Gotta put a trigger warning on it. Wouldn't want to upset anyone. On that same day is the new season of the show created and written by Judd Apatow called Love, which stars Paul Rust and Gillian or Jillian Jacobs.
I think it's Gil.
It's confusing.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
Another one that we're interested in a lot is Bill Nye's return to television, or streaming. I don't know. It's hard. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. He's got his new show, Bill Nye Saves the World, where he will be proving alternative facts wrong and attempting to quite literally save the world from itself.
Why isn't the alt-right upset about this one? This guy's about to science us into inexistence.
They haven't found out about it yet. Yeah. The Dear White People was just a cover so they could slip out Bill Nye's Science Guy.
Yeah, they were
genius.
Like, Dear White People came out and they're like, oh, look at this. White genocide. In the meantime, Bill Nye's over here proving climate change is real.
They got us.
Yeah.
So we would like to imagine that Bill Nye was living a nice, happy life after show business, but needed an outlet because he eventually became so frustrated about how stupid people have become, despite his best efforts at attempting to educate the generation that is currently becoming more and more in charge of decisions that affect everyone.
Guys, I tried.
I did my damn bestest.
And now I'm gonna try again on both you and your children, because, god damn it, I am just screaming.
I love internally. How his default face.
Is anger
these days it's like incredulousness. When he went to that Noah's Ark museum in Alabama or whatever, he's just like
it's very frustrating to be that smart and be surrounded by morons all the time.
Yeah.
But this show, it was surprising watching the trailer because it actually looks like it's going to be a
lot
lot of fun. Yeah, it almost looks like a goofy educational version of Penn and Teller's bullshit.
Another great show.
Yeah, and he's assembled an impressive team of scientists, multicultural, and multi-gender.
Wow, all of the genders?
Just something for you guys to get more mad at. They can be scientists too. Anyways, he's also got a ton of celebrity guests in for the cause. Bill Nye Saves the World will come out on April 21st, hopefully before the world ends.
Yeah.
Because wouldn't that suck if they were holding it and he could have saved the world right before everything fell into collapse?
Sitting on this solution.
Anyways, April 21st, done their date right close to that, and they're probably going to put it up at midnight. So if you've spent all day on April 20th smoking pot, you know what, just keep the good times and good joints rolling well into the night. And then you can get your mind blown with some science. Grab a bowl of cereal. Grab your favorite bowl. The one
bowl of anything, yeah.
Yeah, and just have a good time. Now, a week later on April 29th, we're getting Casting John Bonet, which you would assume might be another true crime documentary or dramatization, but is apparently neither, and it's a documentary that starts off in a way that might have you think that, but eventually evolves into a tale about the locals who lived in the Colorado town during the media circus that followed the murder of John Benet Ramsey. And it reveals their stories about what it was like at the time, which it's definitely an interesting concept.
Yeah, it's pretty out there.
Yeah, because they got it. From what I've read, it's like they're making a dramatization, but they want actors from the town to play all the parts. And they obviously have firsthand experience with how it all went down there and their own opinions about what happened. So it eventually leads to some good, off camera when they're not acting conversations that they're having.
Very interesting. Yeah. And if you don't like that, A&E's just gonna put out some fucking trash version of the John Bonet thing sometime.
It's not A&E. It's
TLC. I don't know. Some channel. Something on the TV.
Yeah.
Anyway, after all of that, we got some brand new seasons of Netflix original hits Orange is the New Black and House of Cards. And then further down the line, they've announced that they will be producing a new animated series based off the Castlevania video games.
Yep.
And a new updated version of The Magic School Bus with Kate McKinnon as Miss Frizzle.
Yeah. Another show that's going to try to save the youth.
Yeah.
You need to learn science.
Learn science, you fucking assholes.
Didn't they go in someone's asshole once in that show?
Oh, yeah. They went up the poop chute.
Now you're going to see it in HD. Mm-hmm. Your kids are going to learn how babies are made, whether you like it or not. Because that school bus...
This school bus fucks.
This school bus fucks. And Kate McKinnon's going to be along for the ride.
Yeah.
Yes.
So enough about Netflix, though. Let's talk about movie news. The Batman, which you're already well aware of. It will not be directed by Ben Affleck. It's Apparently,
What? Where?
Sorry.
I've been asleep for 2 weeks. Who's president?
Wake up from your 2-week coma.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. So it's apparently starting over entirely from scratch.
Yeah.
Which is always a good sign. This news comes from a write-up on Forbes, which says the following about the film's status.
Sources confirmed the script originally penned by Affleck and Jeff Johns was rewritten by scribe Chris Terrio, whose Argo screenplay won an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay, and who did a page 1 rewrite on Batman v Superman. But the project will undergo substantial changes and possible/probably another full rewrite. Warner Bros. Is already speaking to several filmmakers about taking over in the director's chair, including this guy's personal longtime favorites to direct a Batman movie, Matt Reeves, who seems to be the frontrunner. And word is the project will essentially get a fresh start once a new creative team has been put together.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's great news, obviously. Hopefully not too much changes, because we were really looking forward to seeing Deathstroke in an actual Batman movie.
He's a great character that has not been utilized by...
I just like the mask.
Yeah. And before we go, I recently got to sit down with Charlie Day, Ice Cube, for the second time. Still just a lovely man. Way nicer than you think he would be.
Yeah.
He's got that scowl.
He is, yeah.
Tracy Morgan is also there, and Jillian Bell, one of my favorite improvisers, and just skyrocketing in her career right now. Also Christina Hendricks and director Richie Keene, and we all talked about their new movie Fist Fight. So check it out, and we will see you guys next time.
Mr. Strickland challenged me to a fight.
This is a public high school in the United States of America. There literally could not be a better place to fight.
So I walked into this movie, the screening of it, and I just, for some reason, I don't pay attention to ratings anymore. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go see the movie. And within 5 minutes, I was like, oh, cool, this is a hard R high school movie. Was it fun to have that kind of freedom to kind of do whatever you wanted with this?
Yes. As a guy who grew up in suburban Chicago when all the John Hughes movies were being filmed,
Yes.
I mean, I would ride my bike and sneak onto the Ferris Bueller set. I read this movie and I'm like, this is a rated R John Hughes movie.
Yeah.
It has all the tropes of a John Hughes movie. It all takes place in a day. It's the day that changed someone's life. It's in a high school. And plus, it's Animal House.
Yeah.
So for me, once I got the job and could start assembling my gang, I wanted to take it as far as I could possibly take it. And I think we consistently are told this is the most shocking comedy that people have seen.
I like a good hard R comedy. I like a rated R high school movie like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, American Pie. Like those are my favorite ones because, truthfully, high school is rated R.
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah, I know when I was in high school, if I saw two teachers in the parking lot getting ready, I'm going out there to watch. So this has been a long time coming, and I think Richie King did a great job writing it, and he gave us the freedom and the space to have a good time.
My job was to find the funniest people on the planet and pair them with the people you didn't know were the funniest people on the planet. I kept thinking, Christina and Ice Cube being allies, this is gonna be the craziest pairing.
Yeah.
You know, Charlie is genius to me. You know, I love his style of comedy
Yeah.
because he has his own tone of a guy who's, you know, a regular guy that's raveling out of control.
Yeah.
And it just works. Everything works in this movie.
Look, everyone from Ice Cube to Tracy Morgan, who we're lucky enough was healthy and able to work, to Jillian Bell, who's so funny. But even the little roles that Christina Hendricks was willing to come in and play that French teacher, and or that Kumail was willing to play our security guard, or that we got Dean Norris from Breaking Bad to play the school principal. I mean, we really got our dream cast.
It was so incredible. I've always wanted to work with Tracy. Charlie Day is ridiculous to me. I will go online if I'm having a bad day and just watch It's Always Sunny bloopers. I'll just watch their bloopers because they're it's so funny to me. He's hysterical, and Ice Cube's the man.
For me, I was told by the studio, no one in the history of New Line, no director has ever gotten every one of their first choices.
Really?
I'm the first director who went to one person, everyone said yes, and that is my cast. I feel like the luckiest director in the world.
I love anyone that loves comedy.
Yeah.
And these people that I worked with, they love comedy. They love comedy. They don't do it for anything else but for the love of it.
Yeah.
And I felt that and I seen that. Coming out of a coma, I felt that and I seen it clearly. More clearly than anybody been doing it for 50 years.
Yeah.
I seen it clearly. The love of what we do.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to be there. I was so happy to be with people that ain't doing it for fame or money or anything else, but for the love of it.
Yeah.
So I lucked up. I'm good.
Yeah, well, I think you guys made a great, funny movie, so
Thank
you very much.
Yeah.
Actions have consequences.
This school is crazy.
This shit is violent. I look like a minion.
Filled with lunatic teachers. Oh, you're the guidance counselor. You're not doing meth again, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Don't do meth.
Because it's a gateway.
It's the finish line.
It's going down for